Hey folks, David here once again. Welcome back to another superhero review of the 90s era superhero movie. This is the last movie that I'm talking about for the year 1990. Also, if you guys like my Pixar shirt. Yeah, I got a new Pixar shirt. Somebody catered on there. Yeah. New Pixar shirt. I got this last weekend. Yeah. When I saw Aquaman Lost Kingdom, which I thought was a decent movie. But anyway, nothing on that. This ain't about that. This is a Marvel movie I'm talking about. A Marvel review. Ooh, Marvel review. This one was 1990. So there's Matt Zillinger, Ronnie Cox, and Ned Beatty, and that is Captain America, the 1999 Captain America film. Now, to be honest, this is my first time watching this movie, and to be honest, I did not like this film. Can't really say I hated it, but it wasn't good. It was very boring and lame. I honestly just didn't care for this movie. This is going to be a rant because I hated it. Yeah, didn't hate this movie fully, but I didn't really care for it and didn't like it at all. Really lame movie. Yeah, just didn't like this movie. Very boring. The Chris Evans movies are better than this. But this was also a time, where Marvel was not doing well at the box office because, you had Howard the Duck, The Punisher, and those films didn't do well at the box office. I'm sure this didn't do well either. It was not a well-received movie. I can also see why after watching it. Yeah, and of course you had the TV Hulk movies, like they did The Incredible Hulk, that didn't do well, that wasn't well-received at the time. I'm not saying that the TV Hulk movies were bad, but they were TV movies. They weren't big hits, probably. Not the Incredible Hulk Returns, or not the Charles Incredible Hulk. I don't really consider those big hit films. Even though I really do like The Incredible Hulk Returns, that's my favorite one. Trial was alright, and Death was pretty lame. Yeah. But this was a time way before Marvel, before the MCU happened, in the 90s, Marvel was not really kicking it. You had pretty much DC at the time. It was kind of ruined the box office, thanks to Batman, pretty much. Then you had Batman Returns, Batman Forever, which were successful movies, Batman and Robin, and you have some other superhero movies that were sometimes, for people, I guess, a hit or miss. Some of them were hits at the box office, some were not, But a lot of it was not Marvel. Marvel was not really successful in the early 90s, but I would say Marvel became, successful. People could say X-Men all they want to from 2000, but no, I say it's Blade, starring Wesley Snipes. I think Blade really put Marvel on the map. That really, because thanks to Blade, starring Wesley Snipes, because of that movie, that really made, I think that was Marvel's first big movie hit. If you think about it, yeah. Because what was this? This movie, I'm sure, wasn't a big hit. This movie doesn't have a lot of fans. Some people consider this a good pleasure, and that's fine, but I don't know why. Unless you grew up with it, that's an understandable reason. If you like this movie, you grew up with it, that's understandable, but I did not grow up with it. I'm not even the biggest fan of Captain America, but the only reason I like Captain America is because of Chris Evans. My favorite Captain America movie, of course, is The Winter Soldier. That's an awesome movie. Yeah, and the first Avenger is a lot better than this. But story-wise, this story just here wasn't very good. I'll give more of the reasons why, but like I said, Blade was the hit because after Blade you had X-Men, then you had Spider-Man, Annalise Hulk, which, sucked. But at least we got The Incredible Hulk in 2008, thanks to MCU, which I figure, is one of the most underrated Marvel movies ever made, in my opinion. Love that movie. Of course, you had Daredevil, Elektra, and and of course more X-Men movies. We still get X-Men movies probably today. Well, they made a new one recently. No. But yeah, it was thanks to Blade, But this was the time before, 2008 came, before Iron Man came, way before that. So, this is before Marvel became a big hit like it, is. Yeah. But getting to the production, the thing is about Captain America himself is, of course, he's a superhero. His name is Steve Rogers. He was the first man chance to speak to the peak of human perfection. He was experimented on. He had a super soldier serum to the country in World War II, like 1940s. And 5 days of the war, next time with Captain America's frozen instead of spending animation 3 was brought in modern times. He assumed the costume hero and becomes the leader of the superhero team, the Avengers. And of course, you know, at the time, though, in 1940, Martin Goodman responded to the growing popularity of superhero comics, National Comics publications, by hiring freelance studios to create a new superhero. Simon began to develop a character to determine who their nemesis could be, noticing that the most sensible superheroes were vying relationship with a compelling hero like Adolf Hitler. Hitler was the best villain of them all. He was hated by everyone in the free world. This approach was also immediately Nazi Germany, World War II going on. You know, the hero civilian name, of course, they gave was Steve Rogers. And of course, this is where you get Captain, but they created Captain America. Captain America's first debut was in the comics on December 20th, 1940. Yeah, and of course created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, mostly by Jack Kirby, I think he was created by. I don't know all my Marvel history on it. But he's a super soldier that fights in the war. That's Captain America, and he's, you know, has the shield. You know, and it's just very America. That's why they call him Captain America, because he's a symbol for America, for the red, white, and blue. Yeah. With the production, the first feature-length production of Captain America for the theatrical release has a long internal production history. The film rights were originally purchased by Universal Pictures, who planned a theatrical feature-length film starring Jeff Bridges as Captain America and Peter Fonda as the rest of it. That would have been interesting, but Jeff Bridges and Peter Fonda, they would have worked with Marvel eventually, because Jeff Bridges would play, you know, Obadiah Stane in Iron Man, and Peter Fonda played the Devil in the 2007 film, which, you know, because I think Ghost Rider was a Marvel character, Ghost Rider, so, you know. The writer Jeffrey Sprouse later revealed a script and pieces of concept that also included Falcon, Baron Zemo, or Helmut Zemo, and Bucky Barnes as characters. When he was interviewed about the project, the film until they never got made due to issues requiring the rights. The rights were sold to the Cannon Group, founders Meehan Golan and Aaron Globus in 1984. Cannon Group met Michael Winter was attached to write the script by James Sick. However, in 1986, Winter was crafted in Silk the script, and recruited British television writer Stan Hay. According to Hay, the film involved a solution statutory death by an elderly Red Skull, made by a female death cult, and Steve Rogers working as an artist. Later, after some negative feedback for the Winter and Hay version, Winter started over working alongside Stan Lee on Lawrence J. Block, aka Larry Block, with an advertisement released with their names listed. By 1987, Winter was off the project, and actor director John Stockwell came aboard with a script by Steven Stoken. Golan left Cannon in 1999 as a part of a surveillance package. He was given control of Sony's 21st Century Film Corporation and allowed to carry over the film's rights to the Captain America character. Director Albert Pine, who had previously worked at Cannon, was brought on board and worked with Tolkien. Script originally started at Cannon. In an interview with Tolkien explained that some of the changes that he made in the original comic included the appearance and character of the Red Skull. I didn't think people wanted to keep looking at the horrible scar face forever. Principal photography began in 1999 and was complete in 1990. Entertainment also visited the set during making the film, airing its segment in August 1999. The film was released December 14, 1990, but in the UK. I think this film is usually just considered to be released in 1990. It was July 22, 1992. We just got a different release date. You know. The film was intended for release in August 1990 to conclude with the 15th anniversary of Captain America. Several release dates were announced in fall in 1991, but the film went unreleased for 2 years before direct-to-video and television in the United States in the summer of 1992. So I guess we didn't get it here in America until 1992. Vision released it in VHS 1991. The film was given a limited theatrical release entirely in the Philippines. It was released as Blood Match, which, okay, they call it Blood Match, which is confusing. Its double feature was Snoopy film. Producers miscredit John Clubman as martial arts instructor. I'm like, Blood Match, yeah, this sounds like an action movie, like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Okay. It's really a bad title. Doesn't really make sense to call Captain America film Blood Match, but alright. Some reviews state the film was not quite as bad. Some people had said that, and the director's cut was better than the studio version. The movie isn't really more for kids. It opens the career really just reading what critics saying. Just all alone and clear. The film has gained some cult followings though over the years. I do agree with this though. Liking a script, a budget, direction, and star cable, this Captain America should have been left under the ice. I agree with that. He should have been. Because this Captain America sucks. Anyway, the film was directed by Albert Pine. I don't know if he's directed anything else. I think they sadly passed away. Oh, he died in 2022. I'm like, yeah. Okay, yeah, Blood Match is a martial arts film. He directed Kickboxer 2. Never seen that. But I do love Kickboxer with Van Damme. The screenplay is by Stephen Tolkien. He's directed some movies too that I've never seen. It's based on Captain America, created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. He's the creators though. Unless Stanley gave them that idea, or unless they helped them out, I don't know. That Marvel history there. Produced by Minnie Golan, cinematography by Philip Allen Waters, edited by John Poole, music is by Barry Goldberg. It's distributed by 2020 Vision UK VHS, Colombian TriStar Home Video, US VHS. It was released December 14, 1990 UK. And 2 years later here in America on July 22nd, 1982, it's 97 minutes long, and the budget is $3 million for this movie. Pretty much the plot synopsis of this movie is that, and the film is, of course, based on the characters they name. The film takes several liberties with the comic storyline. It features Steve Rogers. Pretty much the plot is that Steve Rogers becomes Super Soldier Captain America during World War II to battle the Red Skull, being frozen in the ice for 90s and 2000 for decades. And someone being revived to save the President of the United States from a crime family. Then, of course, the Red Skull is still alive, but he doesn't have a skull face anymore. It dislikes the environmental policies that he wants to, murder the president, played by Ronnie Cox. And that's the plot synopsis. Oh, for the cast. You do have Matt Slinger as Steve Rogers, Captain America. He was also in Revenge of the Nerds. Ronnie Cox is President Tom Kimball. I definitely say, superhero film, I always consider RoboCop kind of a superhero. And he played Dick Jones in that, and he was, of course, in Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. Yeah, RoboCop, Total Recall, Beverly Hills Cop 1 2, they're better movies that he was in. Yeah, better films. Scott Pauling as Ted DeSantis, Red Skull. Ned Beatty as Sam Klosky. If you want to see Ned Beatty in a better superhero movie, see Superman, the movie where he played Otis, and Superman 2. The original version of Superman 2, or the original, it don't matter. But Darren McCraven is General Fleming. You probably remember him as the dad, Christmas Story, and and Billy Madison. Yeah. Starring Adam Sandler, he was in that. Francis Nora as Valentine DeSantis. Michael Nora as Lieutenant Colonel Lewis. Kim Killian as Bernice Stewart, Sharon. Okay, Millie Dillon as Mrs. Rogers. I forgot that she passed away. But I do remember her in, she was in Harry the Hendersons, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah. And of course, in Rain Over Me with Adam Sandler. and Don Cheadle. Yeah. But we're going to give you the plot synopsis. Like I said, with the story of Steve Rogers becoming Captain America, having to go up against the Red Skull. He's frozen for over a decade. And when he comes back to be right, he has to, Red Skull, who plans to kill the president, take over the United States, whatever he's planning, of course. Where, Captain America has to stop him. Yeah, sorry. I'll get into talking to the movie itself. About the movie itself, real quick. The film opens up in 1936 in Italy. The government is kidnapping a boy, to his descent, who would eventually they kill his family right in front of him. And it's also recorded. And you see them they're doing this super soldier test serum. You see him doing it on a rat, which was a nice effect. So, of course, they do this to the little boy, and this little boy ends up growing up becoming the Red Skull. Dr. Maria Vissel objects to using the boy. She flees to the U.S. to offer service to the Americans. They're going to try to kill her, but she jumps out and escapes. And then you have 7 years later, the American government finds Montana Steve Rogers, a soldier who's excluded from the job because of his polio. And Steve Rogers in the 2011 film, Chris Evans, he's skinny, which I prefer that. But in here, he's not skinny, he just has polio. You see Steve talking with his family, getting ready to say goodbye to his mom. They're like a throwaway party for him. And his girlfriend's name is Bernie or whatever. Again, I just didn't really care because the story kind of feels a little confusing. I don't care that we have a history of Red Skull. I don't need to know the history of Red Skull. This is a Captain America movie. This should have been Steve Rogers' focus, number one. He should have been the focus. The film should have started off like this. Us getting to know Steve Rogers. That's why I love the first Avenger better than this, because, you can say, if you want to say that the film was skinny, bad CGI, I disagree, but, the thing is, though, in Captain America, the first Avenger, we get to know Steve Rogers. This film it's a Captain America film. We get to know about him. We get to know him. Say what you say if you hate the MCU films now, but at least then, when the first Avenger came out, we got to know Steve Rogers, and you know what? You care about him. I didn't care about the Steve Rogers. Oh, he looks the same. He's got polio. Boo-hoo. But he wants to be a lab rat to do the super soldier serum. Yeah, so they take him there, and Rogers says, "Do you want to change your mind?" And you can tell there's a friendship between them, but you don't get enough of it. And like Stanley Tucci, she gets the good doctor. She ends up getting murdered by a Nazi. Steve tries to stop him, and he gets shot. Thinking, I'm like, really? You would think since he's Captain America now, he's all this strength and buffed up, and he's able to be really fast, and he could have just took the guy down. But he has to be in the hospital. But Red Skull is planning to attack the White House, planning to kill the president, to send a missile there. And of course, Roger gets codenamed Captain America. And the suit, I'm sorry, I know it's the 90s, I know what you're going to say, but I'm sorry, this suit looks lame. It looks laughable. I've seen better suits at Comic-Con for Captain America. Yes, the Chris Evans movies, the suits are much, much better than this. But he is talking with this guy for a little bit, and he's like, "You ready, Captain?" "Yep." Jumps down. You see Captain America sneak, and he uses his shield to knock down a tower. Then, like an idiot, he gets caught. You see a little bit of action. I don't really remember much action. Some of the action is poorly edited too, I think. Then he jumps to go. He goes to face. He's like, Red Skull. He calls him brother. We're both super soldiers. Captain America tries to attack him with a shield, but Red Skull just grabs it. Throws it back, and him and Captain have a fisticuffs. But honestly, it's how Captain America gets his ass handed to him, gets his ass kicked. by Briscoe. Yeah, he just one punch him, but that's it. I mean, he gets taken down like that easily. What? This is Captain America. He's a super soldier. Yeah. You know what I also love about Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, Captain America? Is he said this: I can do this all day. Is he's willing to fight. He's willing to get him to fight as hard as he can and not give up. This Captain America just gives up. He just gets his ass handed to him and dies in the street and gets frozen right away. Well, the Briscoe tapes him up to the missile, ties him to the missile about to launch. Captain America grabs their skull arm, take him with him, but Briscoe doesn't want that, so he stabs his own arm off, his own hand off. And there's this little boy watching, and that little boy in this film is grown to be Ronnie Cox, the President of the United States. He takes a picture. You have Captain America in a badly edited shot of him kicking the missile. It doesn't hit the light, he misses that. Instead, he goes into the snow and gets caught in ice. He remains frozen for 50 years until 1993, when that was the year I was born. Then you get the years of them talking about, the 50s, the 60s, JFK, Martin Luther King Jr., 70s, or 80s, 70s, Richard Nixon. I don't know if Nixon was president in the 70s. I don't remember. I'm not talking about big history here, but you hear from Nixon a bit. Then of course Kimball himself goes on in the 1993 becomes president. The Briscoes, had plastic surgery. He ends up having a daughter named Natalia, and has become the leader of a powerful crime family. Of course, Briscoe, after defeating Captain America, he killed Martin Luther King Jr., John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy. Now he's targeting President Kimball for kidnapping and But meanwhile, Rogers' body is found by Alaskan researchers. Alaska, these researchers find his body, and then he just jumps out, just walks out of the ice. And they take a picture of him, and they said, former soldier, found in the ice. And Briscoe realizes this and wants his daughter to go and murder, kill Captain America. He meets a reporter named Sam, played by Ned Beatty, who wants to take him to go see the president. But Captain America is running in the woods. Briscoe's daughter, Valentine, she tries to, with the ladies helping her, they try to go kill Captain America. He fights them a little bit. Decent action, but he gets shot in the arm, and Ned Beatty shows him and says, "Come on!" And they go. And he does a stupid thing in the movie. He's like, "I'm sick. I'm not feeling well. He's car sick." Jumps out of the car, and then pretends like he's sick, and then he just runs off the road and steals his car, runs out of gas, and Steve ends up going home. Bernice, but he thinks he sees Bernice, but instead it's her daughter. And he's like, "Mom, who is this?" He's like, and then they have to see each other again. And so she waited for him for over almost a decade, but she, of course, was, I guess, in her 20s when her and Steve knew each other. Steve is still, of course, me and I still the same age, but she's an old woman now and married, But her daughter's saying, she gave Rogers a VHS history tapes so he can catch up on what happened when he was frozen in ice. Meanwhile, the West Coast thugs end up breaking into Bernice's house because Ned Beatty's trying to tell her something about what's going to happen. But he ends up getting shot. And they end up, Bernice ends up getting murdered. And Sharon and Steve come to see this, and they're upset by her death, especially by her. And Ned Beatty's character dies. Rogers and Sharon end up seeing this what he gained his superpowers at. They find Dr. Vessel's diary, which contains the original name of the Red Skull. Yeah, and meanwhile, Red Skull ends up kidnapping the president. Brian Dehim, I forget his name. But, he ends up kidnapping the president as well. Well, he's helping Red Skull, assisting him. Captain America does, has a few, Steve has a few, there's a few fisticuff scenes where he fights with these guys. His ass gets a little bit, but then he knocks out. He gets knocked out. This is for Bernice, and knocks this guy out. So some decent action there, all meant. He saves these kids from getting run over. Fights this guy. They try to go, he leaves the car again, pretends to be sick. Says, sorry, Sharon, I can put you in danger. Does it again. I'm like, well, he's a real car thief, isn't he? If you can't be a superhero, might as well just learn to be a thief then. No, I'm just kidding. Goes to talk to all these people, finds out this old radio, learns about it, but they find out where Red Skull his base is at, his home is at. Sharon gets kidnapped, and Steve puts back on his Captain America suit. Okay, let's see. The president escapes. They try to catch him, but Captain America shows up, saves them. They even help each other. Captain America. They pull a distraction. Captain America knock him out. Decent action. Him and Red Skull fight. Once again, he gets his ass kicked by Red Skull. He gets a few fights in there, but it's so badly edited. There's a scene where, Red Skull gets a machine gun and is shooting him, but he's got the shield, and it's just, I just can't do it right. But it's bad editing. The editing is really poor in this film, which makes the action pretty lame. And Red Skull pulls out this remote trigger for this dirty bomb to attack America. But Roger uses Sharon's recording to the murder of the Red Skull family. It distracts him. He's like, oh, I remember that. But my brother, we're both monsters. Oh, I forgot to mention there's also a scene where Ronnie Cox ends up throwing his shield to him, and a lot of people are making fun of this. I would too. But he's like, Mr. President, thanks. Which is laughable. Captain America throws his shield, which ends up hitting, Red Skull, knocks him to his death, I guess. As the Red Skull's daughter prepares to kill, she grabs it. I guess she says she gets decapitated, or he gets cut off by the shield. I'm like, whoa. And it's so badly edited. She's got the machine gun, ready to shoot Rogers. And he's like, heads up. She turns around. Before you don't see it, it's just badly edited. It's nothing in the he's like, I was like, you okay? The critics end up rolling with the comic book imagine Captain America thanking for what he's done. And, he saves the president, saves the day, stops Red Skull, and that's the end of the movie. Yeah, that's Captain America, the 1990 film, starring Matt Slinger, Slinger. Yeah. Short movie, but honestly, so I give my final opinion on this movie. Yeah, this ain't gonna be a long review. That's fine. Some people consider this a guilty pleasure, but I don't. I gotta be honest, I didn't care for this movie. This was a boring film. I thought this was boring, lame. The acting is just bad. Ronnie Cox and that dude, the best part about it, they tried. But the story isn't interesting enough for me to care about Steve Rogers. I mean, this Captain America is lame. He gets his ass handed to him by Red Skull, Yeah, he gets his ass kicked, and it's sad to see that. To see Captain America, who should be a badass, with the shield and have super strength and able to handle himself, should be a good fighter. Never to give up. Just gets, and you barely get any Captain America action. You only see this suit maybe in action twice in the whole movie. You barely get any Captain America action. When you do, it's just Steve Rogers as, himself. And it's got a lame story. I didn't care about the whole thing of Red Skull's history. I don't care about Red Skull's history. This is Captain America. I want to know about Captain America. It should be his origin story. The origin story feels rushed. Because as soon as the film jumps right into, the Red Skull's history, then you get Steve just talking with his family, saying goodbye, then jumping away, him doing the super soldier experiment, then becoming Captain America, getting treated nice, then 50 years go by, the president gets kidnapped, and all this plot, but the Red Skull was under this mob, his daughter was trying to kill him and trying to take over, and the film honestly was boring. I just did not care for this film. When I was watching it, I just didn't care. I kind of just didn't find it interesting at all. Then when it was over, I'm like, okay, this was lame. This is definitely one of the worst superhero movies ever made, in my opinion. Yes, I would say. I did not like Captain America 1990 film. I hated this film. Might as well just call it a rant. I'm sorry. This is a full-blown rant. This film sucked. And Captain America is a wimp. The editing is poorly chopped, and the action is just lame. Badly edited. The first Avenger had a better story. Yes, I'll keep mentioning it because that's a better movie. Honestly, when I was watching this movie, I was thinking about the Chris Evans Captain America films. I was thinking about, the first Avenger, the Winter Soldier, Civil War, even the Avengers films, including Endgame, is better. Because in Endgame, when Cap ends up grabbing Thor's hammer, that was a badass moment. Name a badass moment in here. No. At least in those movies, he doesn't pretend to be sick and steal a car. In the MCU, they made Captain America, thank goodness for Kevin Feige, they did Captain America right, and they tarnished this one. This one was just tarnished. If this just ended up being Captain America and that was it, if this was the only Captain America film ever made, I probably would have never liked this character. But I do, thankfully to Marvel, the MCU getting it right, Kevin Feige and Chris Evans made Captain America a likable character in my eyes, for me. Because I had a better story. They're about Steve Rogers, what he has to go through. Civil War had a better plot. First Avenger, Winter Soldier, they all have good plots, and good storylines. I don't like Peggy Carter or the show. Could have been played. I don't like Haley Atwell, but at least I like Chris Evans. And when he is trapped in the ice, at least he kicks Red Skull's ass, and Red Skull gets defeated, and he saves people. So it was a better sacrifice. So he doesn't get beaten like a bitch in the first Avenger. So this one he does, and it's lame, boring. Ronnie Cox, tries, and everybody. But when Ronnie Cox says, "I've been waiting for this moment of my life," I'm like, yeah, that's what I saw how I felt when I saw the first Avenger. Anyway, and Ned Beatty, again, you want to see him in better movies. Ronnie Cox, you want to see him in a better movie. Just go see just watch RoboCop. Him and Dick Jones, that's a better movie. Ned Beatty, watch Superman with Christopher Reeve, the original Superman film, Superman the movie, watch Superman 2. Either version, Richard Donner or Lester version, is better than this. Yeah. And Red Skull, didn't care about Red Skull. I didn't. The makeup looked pretty cheap for I know it's 1990, but the film was $3 million. For $3 million, though, I'm like, you could have done a lot better. Because the makeup looks pretty cheap and really does not look good on Red Skull. It looks better. Hugo Weaving is much better Red Skull. Much better. Yeah, he might have a normal face too, but when he takes his mask off, he's proud to be who he is. And he's insane. But at least Red Skull looks a lot better than the 2011 film. Hugo Weaving is much better, much frightening to look at, in my opinion. He doesn't look like, if Barney became a villain, became Red Skull, if Barney became a freaking Nazi or something. With a smashed up face. It looks like Barney with a smashed up face. That's what I think. Captain America, the suit looks, I hate to say it, cheesy. It does. I hate to use that word cheesy. but cheesy and lame. It's just a lame movie. Yeah, I didn't care if this film was boring. You know, that line, Mr. President, thanks. Stupid line. Yeah, bad editing, terrible action, terrible directing, terrible writing, you know. Yeah. Only Ronnie Cox and Ned Beatty were the only ones trying here, in my opinion. Don't care about Red Skull. The actor on it tries. You know, but the editing is bad. The music, I'll admit, the music is a little good, though. That's one thing I'll say about it. But other than that, this film just sucks. Yeah, don't avoid this film. If you watch it, just watch it one time and that's it. But I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend skipping it. Just see the Chris Evans and Captain America. See the First Avenger, the Winter Soldier, and Civil War. Better movies. I'm sorry. I'll say that all day. Better movies. Yeah. And I will say the cinematography of the film does look good. The cinematography is good. The film is well shot. That's all I can say about it. But the action is poor. The editing is just terrible. It bounces everywhere, and the editing is just terrible. Especially with the climax, you know, just bad. You know, you don't get enough Captain America action. And just not enough, you know, the story, in my opinion, here just felt rushed. It's not really flushed out enough for me to care. Everything about watching this movie, it feels rushed. The story felt rushed, you know, while watching this movie. You don't really get to know Steve Rogers. You know, you jump into him being Captain America, right? Everything happens like really fast. And the pacing is just a little slow. And the pacing is horrendous in this movie. But yeah, it's just not enough story, and not enough Captain America action. So lame movie. That's all I can say about it. But Ronnie Cox and Aunt Betty is good. They're trying, and I think they do good. Darren McCreven. I hear his name. I'm sorry. He's the only one he was good too. There's only 3 people here that's actors that are actually trying their best with the material that they've been given here, but still not good enough. And the music score, very good. It's good, but Alan Silvestri's theme for Captain America is 10 times better, in my opinion. You know, da 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 da. And the music in here, it feels like it belongs in an 80s or 90s action movie, not a superhero film. But say the First Avenger, I love All Star Spangled Banner, All Star Spangled Man, you know, the Star Spangled Man with the band, you know, Captain America, we know someone. I love that song. Yeah, but anyway, Captain America, the 1990 film. Lame movie. I'm giving this a thumbs down. And my rating for this 1 out of 5 stars. Yeah, just a bad, lame movie. Just a few things I liked in this movie, and that's it. Lame movie, full-blown rant. I hate this movie. One of the worst superhero films I've ever seen. But that's Captain America 1990. Sorry, but that's just how I feel about it. And if you grew up watching it, guys, tell me in the comments down below, what do you think of Captain America 1990 in your opinion? If you like the movie, if you grew up with it, I'm not trying to insult your childhood. I get it. If it was part of your childhood, I respect that, but I'm sorry, I just did not care for the film. It just wasn't for me. I just prefer the Chris Evans ones, and I'll say all the Avengers are better than this movie, in my opinion, because they have Captain America in those better movies, in my opinion. But guys, tell me in the comments down below what you think of Captain America 1990. What did you think of this movie in your opinion? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Have you ever seen it? Did you grow up watching it? And if you like it, please tell me why. You know, if you disagree with me, it's cool. I respect that. I respect your opinion. Just respect mine. Don't be angry because I feel this way about this movie. This is just my opinion, my review. If you review this movie and you have a different opinion, different opinions make this world a better place. Okay, it's fine. We can agree and disagree. Yeah. Anyway, y'all have a good week. Okay. Oh, the next review. Hold on, please. Huh. So we're done with the year 1990. So now we're moving on to the year 1991, and it won't be 1992 because I've already reviewed Batman Returns. Just check it out on my channels on my Batman reviews, Batman Returns. Yeah. But the next reviews will be for 1991. It'll be 2 movies, and that's it. I'll just go show you these 2 movies, just so you know what they are. Next will be the 1991 sequel, and that will be my next movie review will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. Yeah. Definitely an underrated sequel. Yeah. But I'll be reviewing this film next. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. So this will be next. This is from 1991. And then next, I really look at starring Billy Campbell and Jennifer Connelly and Timothy Dalton, and that is The Rocketeer. Love this movie. This character feels patriotic too. This definitely did patriotism better than this movie, than Captain America: The 1990 film, in my opinion. But The Rocketeer by Disney, this is a superhero movie, it does count. The Rocketeer, good movie, I can't wait to review this movie. Good film, definitely an underrated movie, but The Rocketeer, that'll be after this, so it'll just be, again, just what's on point. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, and The Rocketeer. These will be the 2 next reviews for 1991. Then we'll move on to the year 1993. Because 1992 already reviewed place, I just reviewed Batman Returns. Check it out on my channel. I just want to show a 1995 superhero movie. Not going to be this anytime soon, but this stars Joan Surveillance. I know I heard my friend John Avenger talk about this movie, and I was curious to check it out. The actress is beautiful. I've seen her in See No Evil, Hear No Evil. She's a sexy looking woman, so I definitely want to check this movie out, and that is a film called Black Scorpion. Yeah, this is a superhero film, so I'll definitely be doing a review on this someday. Probably this year sometime, I don't know when, but yeah. That's Black Scorpion. Yeah, Thriller Sting. No, I'm just kidding. Alright guys, so, again, tell me what you think in the comments down below. What do you think of Captain America, the 1990 film, in your opinion? My rating for once again is 1 out of 5 stars, and the thumbs down. Just lame movie in my opinion. Just, we didn't care to work. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze. Stay tuned for this. More Turtle Power coming up next. So stay tuned for this review. Probably next Saturday. So I'll see you guys next Saturday. Y'all have a good week. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And please share my channel with other people, with your friends, family, whatever. No, not whatever. Friends and family. I appreciate it. Share my channel. Let people know about my channel. Share it on your Facebook pages or Facebook stories. I appreciate the share. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And please share my channel. I do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. And see you later. And also, stay tuned for more community posts. For any next reviews or videos coming up, I do. Even if I forget to mention it, I'll put it on the community post if nobody watched this video. So stay tuned and watch for my community post as well. Because I do that every time, when another video is coming up. But anyway, I'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Have a good week. Thanks for watching. Bye.